Hey guys, this is Nate. Thought I would just run you quickly through what I finally came to on my final form for my homemade lightweight bars. So I've been experimenting probably for about a year now with different configurations. Some a little lighter than others, but all of them are pretty much coming in under 400 grams with lines. And after testing a bunch of different things, this is what I ended up really liking. So just kind of run you through the different features quick. So you kind of start off with a carbon bar, and then I ended up really liking using just a carbon post like that coming out, and then you run a simple leader line and you just tie it off with a simple knot on the end. It's really easy to check for wear and tear. I do put a little bit of sail repair tape right there, just so you don't get any chafing on your lines. For the end caps, I've ended up capping those with just using something like a simple white pine that you insert into the carbon bar, and then do a little bit of tapering to it. I like this taper here, allows you to wrap your lines nice, so as they feed out, they also kind of want to funnel in. I also put the post on about a 10-degree angle, and that keeps your lines going in as you wrap your lines. I found that works really well. And one thing on the posts for the line extensions, so how I work that is I insert the wooden plug first, and I run the plug probably to about here so that it goes beyond the entire hole system for that. Then I'll drill a pilot hole about a 10-degree angle here, just big enough for your line extensions to run through. So the hole on this side is smaller. That way when you put a knot on it, it won't want to pull through. Then you'll drill a secondary hole here for your post. I run these about 1.5 inches long here, which seems sufficient for your lines. Then when you drill those through, kind of the cool thing about that is it'll lock your wooden extensions in, your bar ends in, so they won't come out. And it also gives some additional rigidity to your post and gives it a lot of strength, and I've found that that works really well. I just finished this one up. I might buff that out, make that a little more blunt. You don't want any blunt impact trauma there. But I've used a similar one on another bar and really like it. In terms of for the trimmers, so what I really like about these bars, and I've used them on snow, I've used them for foil boarding now, twin tipping everything. I really like the simplicity of not having a trimmer on the center line. And so what I've done is I've made your D-Power extra long, so it's longer than normal. But because I'm using like a Epi-Rigs or BRM type quick release here with a simple rig, because everything's shortened up, I can go to a longer D-Power throw. And then I also out here, what I came to as my final form for D-Power on the ends is just use these simple 2 rings like this, and they actually slide really nice. So here, let me see if I can show you. So you just take these, and if you want to go out, you just push it that way. When there's tension on the kite, this will be taut, and it'll go really easy that way too. So I found it's really effective. It's really smooth. It's actually really easy to do with one hand on the fly. And then finally, I was tearing myself apart because I didn't want to add the extra 3 grams per ring for up here, but then I just terminated with a ring up here too. That goes to the rest of your leader line up here, and it just makes the whole system really smooth. Yeah, so then finally you have one additional extension line here that terminates in a knot. The nice thing about that is you can move the knot back and forth to do a little fine-tuning on the ultimate D-Power of your kite. And I like the fact that you can actually take your lines off here too, to get out any twists at the bar. So sometimes in the snow that's nice. You don't have to walk all the way up to your kite again. You can actually take the twists out at the bar side, which I've actually found to be really useful, especially if the snow is deep and you're in the mountains and you just don't feel like walking all the way up to your kite. For safety, I found this method to be really effective. So you just you have your center line. One of your lines will terminate just with the lark's head on a ring. The second one, all you're using is like a pearl, a pearl bead, or you know, like a stopper ball here that you're running your other line through. And then that line will go back and kind of come through the ring in your main, where your main hookup. So you're hooking to your harness in the big ring, and then your safety leash will go to this. So when this all gets taut, this will come in here like this. One thing I like about this is if the pearl bead failed for some reason, this would just slip through and you'd still be caught here. So even if your safety system failed for some reason, you've got a fail-safe. Anyhow, thought I would show you guys that quick. I've been actually really happy with these. This particular bar came in at 333 grams with 21 meter lines. I think the bar, just the bar itself, is about 203 or 206 grams. So pretty light compared to some of the other ones, and I really don't feel like I'm missing out on much functionality at all. You still have on the fly trim. The trim's actually really pretty easy on the fly. I mean, you are having to do two different sides. I honestly haven't felt that that's a huge issue. And for me, like when I'm in the mountains, it is kind of nice to be able to have just a nice lightweight bar for when you're doing backcountry stuff. You don't feel guilty for carrying a bar for each kite that way. You're still less than the weight of a normal bar. So yeah, cool. Anyhow, if you guys want to try it, I'd say it's definitely worth it to put the effort into making one. I found they work really, really well.